All right, everybody. Good evening. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Tuesday, December 28th. This will be the last waiver wire video of the season. As in most leagues, this is championship week. So if you've made it this far, congratulations. If you've made it this far, you don't need my help anymore, right? But if you've made it this far because of me, well, that makes me feel good. And you're welcome. Update you on my teams. I started with 30 teams this year, managed 30 teams, took 25 of them to the playoffs. It's a pretty damn good success rate. Of those 25, 16 of them have survived to the championship round, with 2 of them still potentially getting there. This week is semifinal week in 2 of those leagues. I don't know why the commissioner decided to have week 18 be the championship week, but that's the way it is. So we'll see how that turns out. See if I can get to the finals this next week. So 16 out of 25, that's pretty good. It's more than half. As for my 2 money leagues, 50-50 there. They both were the number 1 seed coming into the playoffs. Both had a bye week. One of them was able to advance, so I'm in the money there, which is nice. The other one, which was such a dominant team for the first 3 months of the year, completely shit the bed, completely fell apart here over the last month. I haven't won a game in a month now. Like, COVID definitely hasn't helped. Injuries definitely haven't helped. But still, I thought I had pretty solid depth that would carry me through these injuries, but that's not the case. Lamar Jackson getting hurt completely screwed me. Because I picked up Tyler Huntley on waivers, priority waivers, to make sure that I had whichever Baltimore quarterback started the game, I had that set. I've had Lamar, Tyler Huntley. I thought it was good to go. Turns out Lamar still didn't play, didn't practice all week, was out. Tyler Huntley ended up getting COVID on Saturday, so I had to scramble for another quarterback. But really, it shouldn't matter. I really feel like I had a really good team, and I don't know what the hell happened. But so I'm playing for 3rd place, which 3rd place, I think I get my money back if I win 3rd place. So all in all, I guess I can't really complain. I'm going to win some money doing this silly little game this year, so that's really cool. And, it was a pretty successful week overall, really. My team losing again for like the 4th week in a row. Even though, okay, I didn't technically lose the bye week, I could see that I saw the matchup scores though, and I would have lost if I had played. So technically, I'm saying I lost 4 weeks in a row, and it's ridiculous because I was so good through the first month of the year. Like, I was the highest scoring team. I was like blowing people out most weeks. I lost a couple of times, but they were close matchups. They were, my off weeks were weeks that people could barely squeak by me. My on weeks, I was blowing people out by 20 plus points. So it's ridiculous. But I'm trying not to complain, trying not to dwell on it, because there's a lot of positives to come from this fantasy football season. Catch you up on the movies that I've been watching lately. I have not watched Don't Look Up yet. I plan to watch that probably tomorrow. I'm hearing amazing things. I'm going to watch that. There's just been a lot of movies hitting theaters this week that I'm trying to watch, and one of them was American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story, which I went in like thinking it was going to be cheesy, like really, religious themed. Honestly, it was not bad. It's actually a really good movie. I really liked it. How they told the story of Kurt Warner, how the backstory of how he met his wife and all that stuff. I didn't really know. I mean, I knew some of it, but I didn't really know all of it. All that stuff. So that was really cool, really inspiring, good movie. Zachary Levi did a pretty good job. Anna Paquin. That's the best I've ever seen her look. I've never really thought she was a very attractive woman, but she actually looks good as Brenda Warner, which is sad to say because I've never thought Brenda Warner was good looking at all. She made Brenda Warner look better. But anyway, so that was a good movie. Licorice Pizza, which is a new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, which I've never been a fan of his movies really at all. I'm not even sure why I went and watched this movie. It was completely irreverent, completely pointless little love story thing going on here. It was like, but honestly, I liked it. It was a good movie. Bradley Cooper had a very small role, but very amazing role in that movie. And like, it was the girl, the actress, super good looking. Like, I'm really into her. I think she did a really good job. The director did a really good job with that movie. I liked it a lot. I shouldn't say probably, it's definitely my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie. And then today I just got back from watching Kingsman, which is continuing on the Kingsman movies that were really good, really entertaining. But this one was just, it was a little cringy. I just wasn't into the whole big conspiracy theory stuff. The Rasputin, completely disgusting character, and then just I can't. The action scenes were cool, but like it was just so unrealistic and so, which even for modern 21st century CGI being action scenes being as unrealistic as they are, still was like, come on, this is ridiculous. And then you got these old guys trying to, acting like they're still 18 years old and just, kicking everybody's ass like nothing. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. I was entertained, but like there was just a lot of parts where I was just like, this is completely stupid and ridiculous. And so, of the 3 movies I watched in the last few days, that would be the worst one. Still more I need to see. Still need to watch Don't Look Up. Probably we'll do that tomorrow, depending on when I can get home from work, because I have very little free time now. I only went to the movies today because it was discount day, and I had to go there like right after work, get off the bus, stop at the movie theater with all my work shit and stuff with me, and then I had to watch the movie, catch the bus home, just got home. So I've been out, been away from my house from 3:30 this morning till 9 p.m. And now I'm doing this video for you guys, which, by the way, I should probably get to the point, right? So I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as I can. I got 12 waiver wire targets for you to hopefully help you win the championship. Unless you're playing against me, I want you to get second place. Starting with the quarterbacks, Taysom Hill should be back from the COVID list, and because he was on the COVID list, he's now below the 50% threshold needed to be on this list. So Taysom Hill is the top waiver wire quarterback available this week. And then Trey Lance, it's looking like Trey Lance will get his first start second start for the 49ers, but it looks like he's definitely going to be the starter for the Niners this week. There's a lot of potential there with the things he can do with his legs. A lot of Lamar Jackson-esque, which would make him very fantasy relevant no matter how bad he is throwing the ball. Kind of like Taysom Hill, actually. So tight ends, I got a couple for you. Gerald Everett for the Seahawks is kind of becoming a thing here. So if you're needing a tight end, some Travis Kelce insurance and Darren Waller insurance, who's still questionable. Pat Freiermuth questionable. I'm trying to think of who else. Dallas Goedert had a pretty shitty week, so you're looking for a tight end. Gerald Everett may be your safest pickup, as him and Russell Wilson kind of seem to have a little thing going here. So Gerald Everett could help you win your week. And Brevin Jordan of the Texans. Brevin Jordan is really becoming a weapon for the Houston Texans. He is owned in less than 1% of leagues on ESPN. I safe bet that number is going to double at least overnight. I think it's going to get into the teens, probably, hopefully. I'm not going to tell you which league I'm going after him in, but there are a couple of leagues where I am targeting Brevin Jordan on waivers tomorrow morning. Wide receivers, I've only got 2 for you. KJ Osborne with the without anything re-aggravating his injury and potentially being out this week, KJ Osborne is definitely your number one waiver wire priority at wide receiver, given the fact that he has become a weapon. Like he's become something I never thought he would be. I always thought he'd be a good return man. I never saw him being anywhere near this good as a wide receiver. So like, I've been impressed with him. I think he's got a lot of potential. And if we can keep Jefferson, Thielen, and Osborne over the next couple of years and get a coach who knows what the hell he's doing offensively, I'm excited by them, Dalvin Cook, man. But KJ Osborne needs to be your number one waiver wire priority at wide receiver, and Elijah Moore of the Jets is returning, should be returning off the IR this week. He was really coming on there in the last month of the season while he was healthy. No reason to think that he won't immediately step right in and be the guy in the passing game again for the Jets. Running backs, I've got 6 for you. It's a heavy running back week. I always try to make it a heavy running back week because running backs are kind of my thing. So, the number one running back target should probably be Rashad Penny. He had another great game. I know that he was dropped a lot because of his game 2 weeks ago. So now he's back under the 50% threshold. Looks like Rashad Penny might be for real. And I know you've got some running back injuries: James Robinson, Darrell Henderson, Miles Sanders. Rashad Penny's probably your number one target. Next, Ramondre Stevenson coming back for the Patriots off the COVID list. He against the very terrible Jacksonville Jaguars, he could get a lot of work. Dare Ogunbowale is the guy, the surprising choice to replace James Robinson last week for the Jaguars. He got almost 20 carries, had a decent day. I think it's a little bit of a risk to bank on him having that kind of volume again, but most likely he will be the alpha in that backfield for these final 2 weeks of the season. He could be a league winner for you. Rex Burkhead finally took over the Houston backfield. Finally had a good day. Houston was great last week. Overall, Davis Mills is probably the quarterback I should have picked up in my money league this week, even though it really wouldn't have made a difference. I got blown out. He's the guy I should have picked up instead of Josh Johnson, the third-string Ravens quarterback, or Ian Book. I took a chance on Ian Book for the Saints, thinking he might be the next Kurt Warner, because I just watched the Kurt Warner movie. It inspired me. I was like, I'll take a chance on Ian Book. The Kurt Warner movie was a sign. No, it was not a sign. It was not a sign. Even Alvin Kamara did jack shit for me in that league. Anyways, Rex Burkhead finally looked like the guy. Finally did something to warrant him being a heavy usage guy for the Texans. Next, Cam Akers. Cam Akers is if y'all remember Cam Akers, he was the guy that ran roughshod over the league over the final month of last season for the Rams. He was everybody's darling coming into the drafts. He was like everybody's first round pick, and then he tore his Achilles. I don't know how useful he's going to be because the Achilles tear was only 6-7 months ago. But with Darrell Henderson out, he could be the number 2 guy behind Sonny Michel for the Rams this week. And lastly, Keyshawn Vaughn of Tampa. He's the backup now to Ronald Jones. He had a decent week. He scored a touchdown last week to replace Leonard Fournette. The Tampa Bay offense is very dynamic. Tom Brady is still killing it at 44. Which I hate to say, the dude's gonna play until he's 50. It's gonna piss me off, but he shows no signs of slowing down, except when he plays the Saints defense, obviously, of course, in the regular season. In the playoffs, he beat the Saints last year, but that's a different story. As long as he doesn't play the Saints defense, he looks great. So, and all the weapons he has at his disposal, Keyshawn Vaughn is now another one. is Keyshawn Vaughn is getting the opportunity. Keyshawn Vaughn is a guy that Tampa's always been high on. They used a relatively high draft pick on him before, the whole Leonard Fournette situation. Leonard Fournette fell into their lap. It was supposed to be the Ronald Jones and Keyshawn Vaughn show. I don't know if you guys remember that from, 2 seasons ago now? 2 years ago, a year and a half ago now. But Keyshawn Vaughn's getting his chance. Keyshawn Vaughn is another guy who should be a high priority waiver target for you this week. Alright, so that's the entirety of the video. I'm going to end this, post it, hope it uploads overnight, because I'm probably not going to be awake much longer. Sometimes my videos upload in like 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes them 10 hours. Sometimes it takes them, a couple hours, somewhere in between 10 minutes, 10 hours. If it takes any longer than 10 minutes, I'm not going to stay awake for it. So I'm going to hope it uploads overnight. And, man, it's been a day where I've really got no time to relax. Oh, I did finish Schitt's Creek last night, and I gotta say it was just okay. Like, it wasn't. Everybody's been raving about that show, and I finally gave in, and like, it made me laugh a few times. Like season 4, I think it was. Finally, it got like really funny. I was laughing a lot. Season 4, and then after that, it kind of like, went downhill again. So, not a bad show, not a great show. Glad I watched it all. Glad I got that done before the new year. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to be watching multiple shows or a movie, so if I start a show on Netflix, I gotta watch the whole show before I start a movie or anything else. So I'm weird like that. I know I'm weird. That's why I've been single so long and so often in my life, because I am not normal. But all right, thank you guys so much for watching, following along. Football season, I'll be transitioning into basketball. I still have not figured out how I'm going to do that and make it useful and fun and entertaining, but it's put up or shut up time. I don't know if I'm going to do my spikes and yikes, and I apologize for not getting my running back and wide receivers out last week. That was kind of a big egregious failure on my part. I'm sorry for that. If I do it this week, I'm trying to do running backs and wide receivers first. But like I said at the top of the show, if you made it this far, you don't really need any more help. You can always comment, or I think, is there a way to private message on YouTube? I don't know. I should probably start putting my social media handles, Instagram, Facebook. I have a Tumblr that I haven't been on in years. I still get a lot of like followers and likes on there. I get alerts on my phone all the time, and this person has started following your Tumblr. Like, well, okay, whatever. I haven't been on there in years. I don't have Twitter. I don't know, but basketball is the one that I just don't know how I'm gonna go about it. That's why I've been avoiding it and putting it off until after football season. But all right, peace, love, and nacho fries. Hang loose. Good luck, and I'll see you next season. And hopefully you continue to pay attention to basketball. Good night.